At his peak, Tiger Woods was certain to win almost every tournament he played. His name became synonymous with golf, and he's one of the few from the sport to become a global superstar. His flawless performances and squeaky clean image made him a sponsorship magnet as one of the most marketable athletes on the planet, earning him over $1 billion. But it all came crashing down with a series of controversies that destroyed his image, leaving him drugged, bloody, and unresponsive in his car. Not only was his legacy at risk, but his life too. It would take a miraculous return to form to reclaim his name in a heroic defense of golf to prove why he's almost certainly the greatest of all time. During his career, Tiger Woods racked up 82 PGA Tour wins, including 3 U.S. Championships, 3 British Opens, 4 PGA Championships, and 5 Masters tournaments. He was the youngest Masters champion in history and the first from either African or Asian heritage to win all 4 majors. He held the #1 spot for a total of 683 weeks, a record that still hasn't been broken. In fact, the Tiger effect was proven. Studies showed his competitor scored at least 1 stroke worse when playing against him. This is the story of Tiger Woods. Tiger's story begins with his father, Earl Woods, who was a college baseball player and all-around athlete. These skills extended to golf too, where he had a single-digit handicap. His son Tiger was born Eldrick Taunt, and Earl gave him opportunities that would shape his future. As a former military man, Earl had access to the Navy military golf course near Los Alamitos, and it was here that Eldrick first developed a taste for the game.
I'm gonna be Jen Nichols.
His father immediately recognized the prodigious talent of his son and supported him in nurturing it. One of Eldrick's first brushes with fame came at the age of just 3 years old, when Eldrick played against superstar comedian Bob Hope on a television program. Just a couple of years later, he was featured on television again for the program That's Incredible. The nation had been introduced to a superstar, and he was on his way to climbing to the top of the golf world. In a major personal milestone, Eldrick beat his father when he was 11 years old. He had already been collecting junior titles and trophies, but now was ready to take on fierce adult competition. From this early age, he was already beginning to be known on the amateur circuit by a nickname his father had given him.
Eldrick Tiger Woods.
Having served in the Army, Earl bestowed the same nickname to his son as a South Vietnamese colonel he fought with, Tiger. Earl has said that he instinctively knew that his son was going to be famous, and hoped that his old war buddy might see his name in a magazine one day and make the connection. Earl's aspirations for his son may have seemed optimistic at the time, but in a national tournament just a couple of years after beating his father, Tiger played against professional golfer John Daly, whom he lost to by just 1 stroke. Through high school, Tiger dominated the junior ranks, winning U.S. Amateur Championships and becoming the Player of the Year according to Golf Digest. Barely out of high school, he was already competing in PGA Tour major competitions. And by the age of 20, when he turned professional, Nike was ready to offer him a huge sponsorship contract. On tour, he was piquing the interest of commentators for his powerful long drives. He had developed this over the past half-decade, working with a swing coach to refine his swinging movement. Adding to his arsenal were bunker shots and his phenomenal putting accuracy, making Tiger one of the most deadly players from anywhere on the course. Putting all these together, he won his first major, the 1997 Masters. But Tiger was only warming up, quickly racking up 8 wins in a single year. In less than a year since he had been a professional, Tiger was already #1 in the world. But between August 1999 and September 2004, Tiger held an iron grip on the ranking, winning 8 major championships for a total of 34 trophies in that period, one of the most dominant golf has ever seen. Never one to lose concentration, Tiger consistently worked on improving his technique, working with several different coaches to keep evolving his game. In 2004, Tiger fought for the title against Vijay Singh, with the #1 spot changing hands 6 times in a matter of 9 months. But once Tiger captured it in June of 2005, he once again heralded another period of complete dominance. This period, however, was marred by the death of his father and mentor, Earl Woods. Tiger fell into a brief slump in the following months, but proved his winning mentality, bouncing back to continue to hold on to the #1 spot for a record-breaking 281 weeks. He had such an impact on other players that studies show his competitors would consistently score at least one stroke higher when playing against Tiger. But as 2009 drew to a close, a different side of Tiger came to the media's attention, threatening to derail what he had worked for decades to build. In the same year that he met with President Obama and was confirmed to have earned over $1 billion in his career, a shocking news story came out, one that was about to destroy his world from the inside out. First published in the National Enquirer, Tiger Woods was revealed to have an ongoing affair with a nightclub hostess from New York. Tiger promised his wife, model Elin Nordegren, that there was no truth to the story. But after looking through his cell phone and confirming the affair, Nordegren chipped Tiger's tooth by throwing his phone at him and chased him out of their family house with a golf club. Tiger, who had taken a sleeping pill just hours earlier, tried to drive away from the house but didn't make it far before bumping the curb and crashing into a tree, at which point Nordegren smashed the windows of the car. Tiger ended up in the hospital, and it was only the beginning of the scandal. Soon, a wave of women, including strippers, porn stars, and prostitutes, came out to the media claiming to have had sex with Tiger. His reputation was destroyed. Major sponsorship deals with Gillette, Accenture, and Gatorade were canceled. His first sponsor, Nike, stood by him, but all these companies were damaged too. The estimated shareholder loss from across all his sponsors was an estimated $12 billion. The scandal engulfed Tiger, the sport, and the entire nation. Taking a step back from playing, Tiger entered himself into a rehabilitation program for sex addiction. Despite shocking scandals, his wife apparently held off divorcing Tiger until she learned that he had also had sex with a neighbor's daughter, whom he first met when she was just 14 years old. Tiger Woods would never reach the same level of dominance again. It wouldn't be the end of his scandals. In 2017, Tiger was arrested for driving under the influence. Toxicology reports found traces of opioid medication, sedatives, and THC in his system. Tiger claimed that he was self-medicating his injuries and insomnia. He has since opened up about how his turbulent career had been stressful and anxiety-inducing. He did win a few competitions over the next decade, including his first major in 11 years, the 2019 Masters Tournament. It was a brief resurgence before 2 years later, Tiger was pulled from a serious crash in Los Angeles, where paramedics used the jaws of life and later transported him to a hospital where he underwent extensive surgery, taking away from the golf course until the following year. At 47 years old, it's unlikely there will be another victory in Tiger's story, though he is still on the circuit. He soon made waves in the golfing world. This time, though, it was in a fight for the rights to the biggest competitions. Tiger has now pivoted to become a true leader in the sport, and he might be the only one able to save it. In 2022, Tiger turned down a whopping $800 million offer to join the Saudi Arabian-backed LIV Gold Tour, which would mean parting ways with the PGA. This year, the PGA Tour agreed to merge with LIV Golf to put an end to a fierce battle of litigation. However, the organization admitted that there was heavy pushback from the players, though they believed they made the right decision facing an existential threat. Tiger Woods was promoted to the board as part of a group that will act in the interest of players, confirming that he was taking a leading role in the sport's future. Despite many professional setbacks, Tiger doesn't need to worry about his own financial situation. His golfing dominance has been well rewarded. Tiger has raked in a mind-blowing $1.8 billion throughout his career, including $121 million in prize money, making him only the second active athlete who is a billionaire. Tiger was embroiled in one of the biggest personal scandals the sport has ever seen and paid the price for it in more ways than one. His career never truly recovered, though his return to major golf success when he clinched the 2019 Masters Tournament was a story of perseverance. His role in golf, both as a player and ambassador, is unprecedented. Born a prodigy and mentored to the top, Tiger's personal life may have been controversial, but his on-course statistics doesn't lie. He's the greatest player the sport has ever seen.